With dozens of TRAX stations spanning the Salt Lake Valley, UTA TRAX has become a regular part of most Salt Lake City commuters' daily routines. Part of what makes the Salt Lake City commute more enjoyable is the wide range of public art on display at the various TRAX stops. Taking it straight to the source, I decided to talk with some of TRAX's most faithful patrons, students of the University of Utah.
It actually makes it a lot nicer to ride the train when you see those kinds of things, especially like when you're riding along and you see the murals and that along the wall. It just, I don't know, it adds a lot more to your ride.
Actually, I think it adds a sense of community, and it's obviously, or I'm assuming it's local artists that ties the tracks into the community. The one I noticed actually is on 13th South, the ballpark, and I know the storm grates commemorate the different stadiums that were there, especially Derks Field, that was the original ballpark that was there.
I think it adds to it. It kind of gives a little bit of a cultural flair to it, I guess, to have art. And while you're waiting for a train, you just have it there to look at if you want. I think it adds a little bit to the feel of the city and the track stations as a whole. I mean, for example, some of the new stations that go out to daybreak, they don't have any art yet, and you can tell that it's lacking something. You're like, well, what's going on? There's nothing here. So the art, I think, adds a little bit to it. That's nice.
Of course, TRAX patrons are only half the story when it comes to UTA's public art. I was lucky enough to speak with one of the artists behind some of UTA's upcoming art pieces. He was able to tell me about his own work, how he believes public art ties into the community, and what his piece is trying to convey.
The sculpture I'm installing at the 1950 West platform on North Temple is a riverways and wetlands representation in an effort to connect the Salt Lake City Airport to Salt Lake City and just basically represent the wetlands that exist between the airport and Salt Lake City. Really, I think that in a way, the public art is in place to represent community and to connect community to, say, a service, or whether it's a state agency, federal agency, or in this case, mass transit.